going on, everybody? I did get a new statue today. This is something I've been waiting since New York Comic Con, which I believe was October last year. This is Weta, Azog, Commander of Legions. Look at this sweet looking box. Really cool. The outer box did come damaged in multiple places, so I'm really hoping that the statue's not damaged. But even this box, you can see dents in here, so I'm hoping this is not damaged. Let's go ahead and see though. It does have a good weight to it. This is only a 1/6 scale. It costs, I think, $350 if memory serves me correctly. I think it's limited to 1,000. I'll check. I previously owned a Weta Azog on War statue and I sold it, which I do regret. I actually freaking loved that statue and wish I still had it, and annoyed I sold it. So when I saw this one pop up, and what the Azog on War was costing like $2,000, I was like, screw that. So I just ordered this bad boy. It's not quite as cool as the on War, but it will have to do. Azog himself looks just as cool, but I really like that Warg. That thing was so sick. I'm excited for this though. I'm just hoping there's no damage. I hate seeing a damaged freaking box. Got that nice polystone smell and these styrofoam. Here's the base. Very heavy. This looks really cool, this whole snow ice look. Very cool. I like that base. I like how they've added like that environmental-ness to it. Here is Azog. I can already tell you, just looking in this box, he looks freaking awesome. I already love it. The paint job, the sculpt, excellent. Weta is really, honestly, one of the best at producing just top-notch stuff. They don't produce a lot of 1/4. It's mostly, like the smaller scale. But their Lord of the Rings stuff is really just incredible. Look at this. This is sick. Look at the detail in that. Everything's about it's just awesome. Trying to see how this fits. Not 100% sure on how this fits. Okay, looks like it's like that. So this is the version from the Battle of the 5 Armies. He wears his armor ready for war, and this arm has a sword going on it. It does have blood damage. The blood is glossy and looks good. You can see the skin detail. It's a little pink right there. Looks great. So that just goes in like that. There's just one more piece to go ahead and complete this statue. I love this battle in Battle of the 5 Armies. I really like that movie. It's such a good movie. And right here is his chain. I don't know if this is real chain or resin. Looks like it can move a little bit. I wouldn't want to move it too much for the sake of not wanting to break it. But here it is. Looks like it's, oh, that's how that goes. Just like that. There we go. There it is. Let's go ahead and set this up in the stature room and do a full-on review. There you go, everybody. Here is Azog, the commander of legions, in his battle armor made by Weta. He stands 17 inches tall. He is on his special ice base, which replicates the final battle when he did fight against him, Thorin Oakenshield. So this is the little setup I got going here for my little Hobbit display. I do have back there Bolg, which is Azog's son, Azog, and then Thorin. You know, so this looks very epic. It's a 1/6 scale. Azog is a, you know, pretty big statue overall. I mean, 17 inches. You know, it's definitely not small by any means. But the statue itself is freaking awesome. You know, I can definitely tell you I like it more than both Thorin and Bolg. And Bolg is amazing. First, the base is better. I love how they added that environmental effect, you know, even with this, you know, don't know what that's called, but that giant thing he was throwing around, you can see the ice, sort of like water splashing up. Tons of detail in the base. And then this is just a map to Middle Earth, which is really cool. And then Azog got all his armor, which looks very cool overall. I love the armored look. Has a weathered effect, you know, like it's been in battle a lot. Azog is a white orc. He has his, you know, classic scars all over his face, right there. His arms. You know, he got his sword. He's been fighting Thorin. He's made him bleed. Then holding that as it wraps around and goes into there via magnet. You know, overall, excellent detail. You know, you look at that face, looks just like him. You know, look at the teeth, the eyes. Very well done statue for sure. Let me just focus here. So I'm not going, you know, totally all in with Weta. I only got the key characters I really liked. I only honestly plan to get one more Weta Hobbit statue, and it's the Smaug bust. I'm going to throw in right there to the left of Smaug. And then I'll have that little setup. Unless they just come out with something that blows my mind. But for this little setup, I think it's very cool. I love orc statues. I find them very cool. You know, like the Uruk-hai. I'm getting Lurtz tomorrow to go right there. You know, the orcs right there. They're just free. Okay, so let's just go ahead and look at Azog by himself without everyone else surrounding him so we can get a little bit more look at the detail. I did display him on this little kitchen turner so I can just turn him easy without, you know, because it's hard to turn statues, you know, so it's easier to just use this. You can see, you know, how exactly this is made. Now, as you can see, you know, here in the close-ups, just amazing detail, even on the like chain itself, that you know, you just goes right into there via magnet. It's very strong. I like the way his eyes look. You know, they're like looking downwards. You got his mouth a little bit open. That fierce roar by Azog. You know, so it look really good. It looks really good here with Thorin, because Thorin is a lot lower, you know, and he's looking at a hobbit. Definitely a freaking awesome statue. I love the overall detail, you know, in the skin, the paint, the way they did the gloss on it. Overall, very cool. So here he is, folks. The Azog by Weta 1/6 scale. You can go to Weta's website to go ahead and order this. It is in stock now. If you're a Hobbit fan, highly recommend it. Great statue for sure.
Overall, I mean, not counting the warg, I do think this is a better Azog himself statue than the Azog on warg, having owned that. This is better. The only reason I like that statue more is because of the giant warg, which was just so cool. Count the warg out, this is a better statue. For sure. You know, the whole armor detailing is just phenomenal. And almost feel like they stepped up their game as well on the paint and sculpt. You know, this looks so good, just like Azog stepped out of the screen. It's really impressive. I like the way they did the chain and ball. You know, it's really impressive statue. You know, I can't find any faults with this. It's really good. So I highly recommend this statue. Very happy to finally get it. I will be getting Lurtz tomorrow in Hilgo, where I put both for temporarily right now. And then as soon as I can get the Smog bust on sale, I'll get that and put that with Thorns out right there. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I will make a video unboxing of Lurtz tomorrow. So subscribe, like, comment below, and have a great day.